investors. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman on this Friday, the 10th of October, Technical Friday. That means we're going to some of these things in a Chapman wave technical manner. Let me just show you what we're looking at. Dow's up 129 at 46,489. Yes. The 9-period moving average is still looking very, very good. And within that context, the price is sitting in between the 9 and the 14-period moving average, just looking like it's rolling over by making lower lows and lower highs. But wait a minute. In the context of all the technicals, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at the Dow right now. Look, the price is, the 9 is above the 14. Now, let me just quickly show you this here, quickly on a technical picture. Here we go. There it is. So using this particular, just a very simple technique where the 9-period moving average, if it goes over 9-period exponential moving average, goes over the 14-period exponential moving average, it turns green, and if it goes below, it goes pink. Look at this. The Dow is above, but it's starting to turn down. But you see the black 14-period moving average is still rising. It hasn't even flattened yet. So, yes, we did take a short position, but we've got a very tight stop. And one of the reasons is we kind of we want to protect some of our profits in the overall market. And even as we're speaking, some of our positions are making fabulous all-time highs. It was based on the Chapman wave. Let me go back here, on the Chapman wave peak E right here, peak E. And my suggestion was that this is going to be an unfolding process. It isn't just a speedy thing. And look how often you can see when the 9-period moving average has started to turn down, it takes quite a while before it can actually go pink, because the price really has to slide. And sometimes from the high, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It took 7 sessions before it went pink. And that was with bad news. We don't really have bad news right now. You've got to have bad news. So this is kind of more protection than anything else. We're still core long from way down here in our UDOW, 3 times long. And we've got this short position as a trade. If we get taken out, what happens is that the core long position more than makes it up. But at this particular point, this is a trading position, and this is I've made it clear. More importantly, what we are looking at here is that the S&P. There we go. Oh, and first of all, within the weekly chart, you've got the Chapman wave inside track repellent zone, and the price keeps getting repelled from that pink line, between the pink and the green line. All the technicals are very strong. Got to keep that in mind. So this, as I say, is a daily trade, and we'll see if it's going to work. It might not work. Let's go to the S&P, SPX.X, trading right now at up 18 at 67.53. Hasn't made an all-time high. That was yesterday at 67.64.58. Nothing to see here that's actually negative. Look, price is way over the 9. 9's over the 14. MACD is still, it's a little negative. It's unchanged, actually, right now. It is, let's look at it. Yeah, just slightly negative. The relative strength is weaker than it was back at the high that was made around about the 23rd of September, but still quite strong. Stochastic's fabulous at 90%, and the on-balance volume made a little double top, and that's the reason why you got that little bit of a pullback, but nothing negative here. So this is maybe a little premature, but this is what we're trying. So far, S&P, very good. QQQ, all-time high. Whoops, just did it today. This is going to be, So this is going to be, isn't that interesting? That could be I didn't update. It doesn't automatically update. So I've got here a G/C. Now, very often with the G/C, it pulls back just a moment, and then it goes to the D. What's an example of that? I think I wrote it down. Let me just see, ASA, that's that gold stock. Yeah, ASA, this is ASA, gold and precious metals, makes an all-time high yesterday before pulling back. And what did it do? It was a G/C after that previous peak D. And what does it do? It pulls back for 1 day, and then it pops up, and in 2 days it makes a leg D, maybe a peak D if there's no new high today. So that's how that works. And this is a leg D in the weekly chart. A lot of Ds, daily, weekly, monthly. We just had a question about, I'll do it right now, Galaxy, GLXY. What was the question? Did I write that down? Yes, let me just go there. The question is, here we go. Basil, can you do an update on GLXY, Galaxy Global? It's a crypto stock. Please give any short and long-term targets. Thank you. So look at this. So a leg D in the daily, a leg D in the weekly, trading at 43.62 up $1.40, and a leg G/C, and there's that G/C. This wasn't an instant restart, but it is certainly could be a brand new down arrow at that D, up arrow right here, E/A, F/V, and a G/C. So the question is, what would I be looking at? Well, because, okay, so this was once a $700.08 stock back in 2006. So let me see what I can do with this. I'm going to go a little bit further back. Well, there aren't any, I mean, we're talking about this candle gap down candle with a high in October of 2008 of 85.27. I'm sure you'd love to hear me say 85. I'm not saying 85. I'm mentioning it just historically, but I am going to say to you at 43, the 45 to 47 area, that could be tagged. I would not be surprised if that's where you start to see probably around just under, it's at 43.56. Today's high is 44.33. I think within a week, there's a good chance that you will start to see the 42s tested and then the 41s. That's the way I'm looking at it. Where would it consolidate to? Well, we haven't made a top, so to talk about a consolidation when you don't know that is difficult. I would just say the 9-period moving average of 39.23 and the black 14-period moving average of 37.40, would be your target if there was a weekly pullback, right? And if it takes that out, it means it's going to become a multi-week, almost like a 6-week consolidation. But at this particular point, you have to wait for that. My guess is the 45 to 46 6.75 or 47.25. That's the area that you're going to get a lot of. This I'm doing by measure move plus a visual. Now you want a measured move, so let's just do this right now. We'll take, I don't know. I don't get these things to work out like Larry. Larry's doing his workshop right now. I wish I was actually listening to that workshop. It's always educational. But let me just say that a 1-to-1 from ASA, from Galaxy, you've already gone by. All right. So I don't know how these things work. I find that I just don't. I do it many other ways, but this 1-to-1, I haven't got it yet. I don't find it. So that's what I'm looking at. I hope that helps you. So let's go back to what we were looking at previously, and I can't find it. The QQQ. Right, all-time high now, pulling back a little bit. IWM, Russell 2000, as we go to the break, the Russell 2000 is up 44. It's been making slightly lower highs, but also higher lows. So it's in this triangle pattern. I'll be back in a moment. Basil, Chapman, Tiger Team.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Folks, so let me just do this here. Actually, what I want to do is this here. Yes. So we got the IWM just kind of tilting over a little bit, but nothing to see here that's very serious. I do want to go to, and this is going to be very interesting, I need to make sure that I'm covering that. So now we need to know where the semis go, the market tends to go, where the, just as a general rule for years and years, decades actually, I've been talking about this. And the semis are around now down 69 cents at 344.51. As I see it, so based on the Chapman methodology, that the Dow made a peak E. Let me just show you what I'm looking at here. The peak E, and it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions, and it hasn't gone close to the 47,049 level. This is a little different. This is the semiconductor. This is the composite where you've got Nvidia. You've got a lot going on. Look at Nvidia up $2.24, almost an all-time high. You've got Marvell. I mean, you've got some really good stocks. Marvell made a new recovery high today. At the 66 level. You've got Intel. You've got selective semis that are doing very, very well. And you've got Intel is up 88 cents here, new recovery high. But my sense is, and this is just the sense based on my Chapman notation, that at 348.23, the semis are starting to stall. They've had an incredible inning, and there's a good chance that what we're looking at here is that within the context of rolling over, there is no news other than 4 sessions since the all-time high where it's kind of stalling. So I'm watching this very closely to see whether or not the 9-period moving average of 338.54 gets tagged, because if it goes under that, and it needs to do it quite quickly between, I'd say by Tuesday at the latest, just at least to touch it, 338.60. That's the 9-period moving average. By then, the price might have changed just a little bit, but that's what I'm watching, because that's what it would take to say this block could go sideways for a little while, and then I'm going to draw in the rectangle, and it changes completely if it becomes like a spring-loaded move that suddenly pounces into the 352 area. All-time high, just right through. So it makes it very simple to say, hey, stalling, no real action. MACD is good. Retro strength is a little bit weaker than it was. Stochastic is still at 86%, very good. The on-balance volume has been very good, but it's gotten a little overbought. So it has to be based on the doji candle perhaps forming now in leg D in the weekly chart, massive leg A. I mean, you could call it an E/A, but really this looks like it's an A in the monthly chart. Big difference between E. E says you're kind of worn out, you're ready for a bit of a pullback. A says, what are you kidding? Every single pullback needs to be bought, but that A, you could still pull back very sharply and still have a leg A, become a peak A. So I'm just saying that this is something that we've set our sights on for subscribers to the opening call as kind of a tell. We've taken a position, but at the same time, we're looking at this and saying, show us. You haven't done it yet, and you need to, first of all, close today below yesterday's low of 342.40. Wow, that's a big ask at a moment like this, but that's kind of what I'd be looking at just as a kind of a tell. If it closes above yesterday's high of 347.10, it says, oh, be careful. It's going to have a quick pop up to the G/C, goes to a D. There's a good chance for that. Now, a couple of things. A question that is appropriate right at this moment is, I'm going to take questions as they come up because there's a lot to go through. EOSE. This is EOSE we looked at the other day. EOS, Energy Enterprises, Battery Storage Solutions. EOS, Zenith, DC Batteries. It sounds great, and it's been great, and it's just been a tiger going to the upside. It's gone to a leg F, a peak F, actually. I could change that, but I'm going to call it an F for now because everything seems to fit. That's not an all-time high, but a yearly high at 15.34. Question is, I'm not. The question was, I'm not in it, but I am looking at it. What are you looking at? And I'm going to say what I'm looking at right now is that right at this moment, there have been leadership stocks. This is Battery Storage Solutions. Right, great. It's just stalling a little bit, and this stalling says if it takes out on a closing basis the low that was made on the 8th of October at 13.31, especially if it goes under 13 in the next two sessions, be real careful because it's taking just a breather after a spectacular move and a leg D doji candle so far in the weekly chart. But I would be looking at it. If it does that, then I would wait just a little bit and give me a yell. We'll look at it together because I'm interested. Between 12, the 9-period moving average is supports at 13.30, and the black 14-period moving average is at 12.50. If it closes under 12.50, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But if it just slips under 13.31, holds above 12.50, and the next day has a bounce, that says, this could be a support level, but that's what I'd be looking at. Would I get into it now? If you're looking out longer term, I'd put my foot in the door right now at 14.08, but that's just one that I have to say, I could even put a $2 stop on it. Because this is just an entry point, and I'm just trying to get a feel for it. Okay. With that said, if it breaks above 16, the high that was made at 15.34, I'd even say 15.78. If it goes above 15.78, that's a very good sign. It says there's still buying coming in. Just as there is in those favored stocks that we've been looking at, they're still moving very nicely. But this one is actually moving down today, down 56 cents at 14.09. Just, you're asking my opinion. My opinion is I would keep it in mind. I'd rather wait because if in this environment it actually breaks into the 16s, that's really good action. But you have to wait for that. So I'm saying wait. Let's look at it again on Monday. Okay. Next question I got. I better finish up here. So I'm looking at. Let's go through this. Okay, gold GC is trading up 28 after a spectacular move to an all-time high on Wednesday. It went to 4,081. And as an all-time high, round number, and it's just pulled back a little bit. It's nothing to see here. And what I said was that for instance, our CDE, we took like 170%, a smidge off. As it's going up, we take a little bit off. Now we've kept a core position. I don't want to touch that core position. I want to add to it on a pretty sharp pullback, and I'm prepared to have patience. I'm even prepared to say, look, silver and gold, you can go higher. It's been fantastic to this point. We've got a core position. It's funny, even if you have, say, 25 shares of a stock that's doing very well, it adds to your portfolio. I mean, we've still got that core small position left in Hood, and that's up 700% or something. It adds, even if you we're afraid to get in, to keep adding, as long as it's moving up, that's a good sign. So I'm saying, I think gold is about to take a bit of a break. I'll be back in a moment. I hear the music. I'll be back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
So just reviewed, gold right now is trading up $30. The 9 is over the 14, price is over the 9, MACD is good, relative strength is starting to weaken quite a bit after becoming a little bit overbought. Stochastic's fabulous at 89%, on balance volume, the blue line is saying we're getting a little bit overbought. It's in leg G/C. There could very well be a pop to a leg D, but what I am looking at, it's a leg D in the weekly chart, leg E in the monthly chart. I'm just looking at this and saying, peace is coming. Hopefully, all I can say is that it's been amazing. So we've got what we want, and if there's anything else, it's a bonus. I just don't anticipate very much higher prices. Hey, famous last words. Next week we're looking at 4,200, and I'm saying, okay, we still got our core, but we haven't added to it. That's just the way it is. All right. Look at silver. SI. Silver has done very nicely. Pulled back from a Chapman wave inverted Roman candle, red inverted Roman candle from an all-time high yesterday. It's at 48.47, up 1.3. That's pretty darn good, right? If anything, if this is a major sell-off, there has to be some bad news to go with it. And the second thing is that this should have been the exact opposite. Instead of now a green Chapman wave Roman candle, we should have been sharply gapped down and somewhere in the 45,940, something like that. So there's still strength going on. And that's the reason when I was asked, I had an email overnight from England, is this the time to go into the GLL? I said, if it was one-to-one short, maybe. Yeah, but and a little bit aggressive. I don't see it. I still see enough strength to say, just don't think it's all over. It doesn't work like that unless you've got some news that just is devastating to the gold and silver, and it's not. There's nothing here. This is really technical, as well as the fact that, we can't even talk about it. This is a geopolitical thing. I'm absolutely sure, this is countries who are not huge institutions, who are very uncertain about what's going on in the world, and they're buying this as insurance. That's the way I'm looking at it. Could be completely wrong. So it's not going to just change on a dime. So I would keep a core position and trade around it. That, I think, is the best way to look at it right now. If the GLEL, which is the ProShares Ultra Short Gold, if it starts to break, and for about a week, you see this candle here, the low that was made with this tiny little doji candle at 15.05 on the 8th of October, if all of a sudden you're trading above 16.48, this is the 14-period exponential moving average in the daily, that'll really help the weekly chart, but that weekly chart looks very ugly. Okay, so I'm just saying, yes, I think it's kind of done for now, but at the same time, all I can do is protect what we've got and keep enough to say, hey, if it goes up, we've still got positions there. So that's the way it is. Look at the GDX, peak G. It could have made a peak G or a peak C1, C2 at the 79.49 high that was made around about the 6th or so, the 6th of October. Now it's quite weak, and the 9-period moving average is tilting down. The black is flat. So you want to see the black start to tilt down before you want to get too aggressive. So I'm just saying, let's see what happens. Give it a couple of days. And as I said, the dollar has had a very nice move to the upside. And the weekly chart, I mentioned this before. I drew it in that there was a cup formation after a dreaded H that went below the left side low, then closed above it. Now, the dollar is going to become really important if at any point the weekly high of the 1st of August was 100.26. 2 out of 3 closes above 100.26 in the next month would say, aha, dollar is going to finally try to make its way to the 101.71 level, the 200-period exponential moving average in the weekly chart. Until that happens, this is a really nice bounce, and the dollar was very oversold, and this double bottom was a successful test. So we'll see if that's going to work. All right, I can do the other currencies, etc. I don't want to do that right now. Had a question about, I see in the den. Basil Chapman, gold all-time high, 4,081.00, round number, as you always like to note. Yeah, but you know what? It's something to note, but until gold actually pushes away from that by quite a bit, I would say at this point it's something to note, because if it goes above it, it sort of frees it up to go even higher. But at this particular point, it does act as a repellent, that is to the downside. But I want to see 3,906, the 14-period exponential moving average, hit next week, and then I'll say, aha, finally we've got some selling in the gold. Now let me just do this here. Yeah, look at that sideways move. You've got to be careful with sideways move. Okay. I was very cautious the other day. I said that a week ago, I said Bank of America is acting poorly. It went to our target of 50.11 from 2022. It went all the way up. It went to 52.99, missed a round number by a penny. And most importantly, what we're looking at is it started to pull back in the peak D in the daily, peak D in the weekly, leg C in the monthly, and I suspect we've got to be looking at the XLF as if to say it's at a spectacular run. Now it's in for a digestive phase at a peak C1, C2 in the daily chart in the 54s, double top, and I'm watching it very closely because I think that the upside right now is limited. The downside is starting to become open. If 5250 and the XLF, the S&P Select Financial Spider Fund, gets taken out, problem in the daily chart. The weekly chart's still looking pretty darn good. Next question I had was that one. Oh, I followed this over the years. I do not have one. I have no intention of getting one. This is Ferrari. You first of all have to get, at this age, you have to get in and out. Not so easy. You got to get some kind of a spoon so that someone can spoon you out of the Ferrari. Anyway, it makes an all-time high back in right there, back the week of the 25th of July at 506 point. It opens at 506 point. Let me make a note of this. It opens at a round number 506. It hits 519.10, and it closes the week at the low of 500.00. Then what happens is it dives down into the 430s, spirals back up, and goes to 504.09 on the 2nd of October. I'm just looking around. Any more round numbers? No. Okay, so yeah, and now yesterday it took a dive. I mean, I think the sales were very poor, and the outlook was poor, especially with the EVs. I think. Anyway, it's at 405 right now. 405, yeah, and that's a tell to a certain extent about this is discretionary income. It's just income. It's like. For some people, buying.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi, folks. I was asked about these. Let me just check. I think that's a D right there. So that's D, 73, 72. Yep. Wow. When you do this enough times, you can see 1 penny difference in a $72 stock. A. I'm not going to do that. I used to have this done, so many times. This is Fluor Company. They do large-scale energy manufacturing, government projects, beautiful V-shaped pattern, and then it just gaps down. So let's just do this. So this was an A. That was a B. And right there, it fails at a C. Well, it pulls back on a C, has another one, A, B, C, right there, A, B, C. I want to get this done because I've got a bunch of things to do before we wrap up. Okay, so Fluor is trading up 2.21. FLR is the symbol at 45.72. I like this. I like the fact that it's in large-scale energy manufacturing, government projects. If it didn't have this candle, I would have said that it's stuck at the 44.13 200-period moving average. But look how it's pushed away. So this, I have to take it from this is the low. Okay, there's the low A. Then that's an A. That's a B. That's a C, and that's a D. Okay, good. I want you to get that in place. Okay, I like it very much. Now, I'm not sure what the question is, just to have a look at it. Was it, can you please check Fluor? Thank you. Yes. So if you're in it, I'm going to say congratulations. This is making a really nice cup formation. It's starting to move high. I don't know what that story was, that huge gap back in the beginning of August. Maybe the end of July, whipping up in the 56s. Next thing is down to the 42s. So yeah, that's a problem. And until it really fills that gap and then starts to trade on the weekly basis away from that to the upside, that gap is just huge. So all I can say is I'd be very careful getting in now with that kind of story, having built up higher highs and higher lows. I like that very much. Two things. One is, if there's a stalling in the general economy over the next month or so, this will be impacted. But these are big projects, so it's looking ahead, and the price seems to be looking ahead. I like it. I'm worried about the gap, and I would say if you were getting in at 45.67, I'd love to say have patience. I'd feel better if it was closer to 44. But what I would say is, if you were into the options, I would buy an option. I would buy a 45 in the money option for Yeah, just for November. Just let it be, and then just let it run. Okay, you know exactly how much you can lose, and you don't know how much you can make, and that's the best thing of all. So I would just do that. If you're going to start a position now, I actually would have to have a stop, because if it goes under 44.50 and it's 45.60, if you have a 1.5 or 2 point stop on a starting position, that's fine. Let's look at it again next week. I like the action today, but yesterday I would have said no, be careful. So therefore, I don't want to go on one day's worth of move, but it has gone to a higher high. So floor, yes. Next question came in, JBHT. Now I probably haven't got the notation of this either. I used to follow this JBHT. This is, here we go. This is JB Hunt Transportation. Yep, there it is. Peak A, leg B goes to a peak B today, right at the 200 period moving average. Now this is different because JB Hunt Transportation, this is a little more susceptible to the vicissitudes of the economy and the market right now. I'm going to say this one, keep an eye on. If you're in it and you're in it in the 130s, I'd say good. If it goes under 139, it's at 142.70 right now. That's a big problem. I would like to see what it does next week. It needs to climb over the next, by the end of October, it needs to have shown 152 to 153. If it's able to do that, that is fabulous for the rest of the year. But that's kind of what I'm looking at. Then there's another question. Okay, next question came in, J&J, Johnson & Johnson. I'm using this as a phantom peak here. It's just 2 cents away. On the 1st of October, it went to 186.56. The next day goes to 186.39. But you can see the on-balance volume gave a little hiccup there. So I need to know that I'm getting to D. So this is a phantom B. Therefore, this should technically not be D, but C. But I'm just being prepared to say leg D in the weekly chart, leg D in the monthly chart, and a leg B at a new recovery high. Johnson & Johnson looking very good. It's down 17 cents at 190.93 J&J. And all I would say is I like this very much. I noted it when it was breaking out. Someone asked me in the 180s. I said if it can go to the 183 level, that'll be way better action. And then it didn't just do that. It's gone all the way to 192 today. I like this very much. What do you do now if you're not in? You see, I drew this a while back. I said, I've got a technique that I use for the last umpteen decades, right? As long as I've had this technique in TradeStation, I've used it where I look at a cup formation, and then I note that the highs are making a cup formation as well. And look, it's almost like a Bollinger Band that I've developed, but I've done it just on the price alone. And look what happens. It's walking this line, and it's gone to a leg B in the monthly chart at an all-time high. This is really positive for 2025. It says this is an area, Johnson & Johnson healthcare products, that's in favor. And I'm just going to say to you, I like it. And I would say at 190.90, even though it's a leg D, I'd start a small position, a very small, an entry, not even an entry level, just a very small position. I tiptoe in because it's a position that I like to build on. And the lower it goes, the more I want to wait. And at this point, it's pulled back just 38 cents. If next week it makes a new high and it goes to 190, if it goes to 193.65, will be very good action in this environment. But a pullback says I'd look at it more seriously between 188 and 185. That's kind of where I would like to start a position for the longer term, not having got in now. But I spoke about it with subscribers that said this is in that defensive area, and we did nothing. But we've had others that have done even better, but that's not the point. The point is that this is doing quite nicely. Okay, next question came in. Oh, Duncan. I always put Duncan. This is not Duncan in the den. This is DKNG. I always say Duncan because it sounds like Dunkin' Donuts. It's not. It's DraftKings. DraftKings we once had and we did very well. Then we got out. I said, I'm done. I don't even like sports betting. That's just my own personal opinion. I was an athlete in my youth, and I just think that it can lead to something poor, but I'm sure that it's great for people, so let them do it. I don't like it. This is gone below the 200 period exponential moving average 33.66. I just said leave it alone. let's see strength. I'd rather be buying strength. I don't want to buy a falling knife. So that's DKNG. That's the next. Oh, BKD. BKD, I've looked at over the years. It's actually probably at least 20. No, it's probably about 12 years. BKD keeps popping up, and it's always in the single digits. Oh, not always, but really. Brookdale Senior Living Inc. Beautiful action. It's trading at $8.79, down 10 cents. Just treat this as a buy and hold. It's probably kind of a REIT, but it's doing very nicely. I'll be back.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi, folks. So Oklo was a question. Excuse me. OKLO. Fabulous. I've got this as a leg C in the daily chart. Trading at 151.91, up 19.7 and 19.73 right now. Leg D in the weekly chart, only a leg C. Clean energy, also nuclear startup. Let's just see what NUE is doing. NUE, which we don't have anymore. Oh, it's pulled back very sharp. Oh, no, NEU. NEU. Oh, no, Nucor, that's good. Nucor, oh, that's steel. UEC. What am I doing here? UEC, uranium. Oh, look at that uranium. Oh, man, at 15.20. This is UEC, fabulous action. Okay, next question came in for WAL. If you're short, congratulations. This is looking like at 78.49. If it takes out 77 support, the 71.29 is the 200-period exponential moving average. I wouldn't be surprised if in October it touches it. Western Alliance Bancorp. Quick summation as we're going to the break. Finalize it. Steve, I believe, is away. So check out my opening call daily newsletter. We're still long IREN. It's making all-time high today. When we were in the 22s, it is 70.05 today, and we're still in. One of my favorites as well is Symbiotic. This is Symbiotic. We're in at 48. It tested today. It went to. It had a high of 71.29 the other day. Today's high is 70.19. And that's the reason why we did take some insurance. It's just insurance, but based on the Chapman methodology, there's a chance that this is where things go. But if you don't have bad news in the market, it just is not going to hold any pullback at all. That's what it needs. So that's what we're looking at. I said gold, as far as I'm concerned. Gold's done everything that we could ever wish for at this particular point. Anything else is a bonus. If you're still long, that's fine, but we've taken quite a bit off. We've kept a core position. I don't want to get too carried away. I don't see it as, look, here it is, GDX, actually a little bit worse than gold.